PQRS is a parallelogram. M and N are the midpoints of PQ and QR respectively. Diagonals PR and QS meets at O. Prove that MONQ is a parallelogram. This part. So to prove it is a parallelogram, you have to prove its opposite sides to be parallel and equal. So first of all, let us consider PQRS as a parallelogram. That is already given. PQRS is a parallelogram. So when trying PQRS is a parallelogram, we can say opposite sides PQ is parallel to SR and PS is parallel to QR. That we can easily say. Now, even in parallelogram, diagonals bisects each other. So we will write diagonals PR bisects QS. This is the property of parallelogram. Therefore, we can say O is the midpoint of QS and PR. So now we will consider a triangle. Let us take this triangle. In which O is the midpoint of PR, N is the midpoint of QR. We will take in triangle PRQ. O is the midpoint of PQ or PR. N is the midpoint of QR. So therefore ON is parallel to PQ and ON is equal to half PQ. This is by midpoint theorem. So therefore I can even say ON is parallel to MQ because ON is, if it is parallel to PQ line, then we can even say it is parallel to QM. So opposite sides are now parallel. And also we can say also QM is equal to half PQ because M is the midpoint of PQ. So comparing this, we will get ON is equal to QM and ON is parallel to QM. So therefore we can say MONQ is a parallelogram. Once we had proved it is a parallelogram, we have to find its perimeter. So perimeter के लिए let's see what they had given. PQ is given 8 centimeter. So we can easily find QM. QM will be 4 centimeter. So opposite sides ON will also be 4 centimeter. PS is given as 6 centimeter. So this is also 6 centimeter. So therefore Qn is 3 centimeter. So we can say this is as 3 centimeter. So now we got all sides of the parallelogram MO and Q. We can find perimeter. So now we will write all steps. PQ is equal to 8 centimeters. So therefore QM is equal to half into 8, that is 4 centimeter. Now QM is equal to ON, that is equal to 4 centimeter, because it is an opposite sides of a parallelogram. You can write it down. Reason. Same way now PS is equal to QR is equal to 6 centimeter, opposite sides of parallelogram. So therefore we can say QN is equal to half QR, that is 6 centimeter, that is 3. Here we know N is the midpoint of QR. So therefore QN is equal to MO, 3 centimeter, again opposite sides of parallelogram. So now perimeter of MONQ is equal to, adding all sides, 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4, that is 14 centimeter. This was quite simple. You have to just remember midpoint and converse of midpoint. Most of the time that two theorems are used. Eighteenth question. In an adjoining figure, ABCD is a parallelogram in which E is the midpoint of DC and F is the point on AC such that CF is equal to 1/4 of AC. EF is produced to meet BC at G. You have to find G is the midpoint of BC. So here what we will do, we know if we have to prove G is the midpoint of BC, what we will do, we can first take this triangle. इसमें we know E is the midpoint of DC, so we have to first prove F is the midpoint of CO. That how I will prove. With this results I can prove that. So पहले we will take in triangle CDO. First let me write whole thing. ABCD is a parallelogram, so therefore diagonal bisects each other. So now CO, if diagonal is bisecting each other, we can say this side CO is equal to half of AC. We can write CO is equal to half into AC. So therefore I can write AC is equal to 2CO. Let it be one result. Now given is CF is equal to 1/4 into AC. So therefore CF is equal to 1/4 into AC की value we already have 2CO. So therefore CF is equal to 1/2 CO. CF की value will become 1/2 CO. So what does it means now? Now F becomes the midpoint. Therefore F is the midpoint of CO. Now we will consider that green triangle in which we have E is the midpoint. In triangle CDO, E is the midpoint of CD. F is the midpoint of of CO. So therefore we can say EF is parallel to, by midpoint theorem we can say EF is parallel to DO. So if EF is parallel to DO, then we can even say EG is parallel to DB by midpoint theorem, MPT by midpoint theorem. Now we will consider some other triangle to prove G is the midpoint. So for that we will take this whole triangle. इसमें what we have triangle की we have three sides in which first side का midpoint is E, then line is passing through the midpoints of one side of a triangle is parallel to other, that we had already proved. So by converse we can say it bisects G. So hence we had proved what we want. So in triangle CDB, E is the midpoint of CD, EG is parallel to BD. So therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, G is the midpoint of BC. Hence proved what we want. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. E is the midpoint of CD. A line through D, and through D, from D a line is passing, a line is drawn which is parallel to EB and meets CB produced at G. This is the point. And it is also intersecting AB at F. You have to prove AD is equal to half GC. AD is equal to half GC. So let us prove this. First we will write in triangle. Let me draw a triangle. We can take this triangle. In triangle CDG, we have two conditions. First condition is E is the midpoint of CD and EB is parallel to DG. These are given. So when in a triangle a line is passing through the midpoints of one side of a triangle and it's parallel to other side. So if you notice, CD is the one of the sides in which E is the midpoint, and other line is passing through E and it is parallel to DG. So therefore by converse of MPT, so we can say therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say B is the midpoint of CG or GC. So therefore I can say BC is equal to half GC. But BC is equal to AD, opposite sides of a parallelogram. So therefore we can say AD is equal to half GC. This is the first question ka answer. Now for second, we will directly consider the same triangle in which now we have B and E as the midpoint of CD and GC. So I will take in triangle CDG. E is the midpoint of CD. B is the midpoint of CG. So therefore we can say EB is equal to half DG by midpoint theorem. So therefore we can say 2EB is equal to DG, just cross multiply. So therefore I can write it proper way में DG is equal to 2EB. Hence proved. In an adjoining figure in triangle ABC, in an adjoining figure in triangle ABC, AD is a median through A and E is the midpoint of AD. So if you will just see AD is a median, what does AD median tells? AD median tells that it will bisect the BC. So first we will write that steps in triangle ABC, AD is a median. So therefore D is the midpoint of BC. We got one part. D is the midpoint of BC. So here you have to just before starting with proof, you have to just add a construction. We are constructing in this sum. We are constructing DC parallel to BF. These two lines we are constructing. So now I can say in triangle. Let me shade a triangle. In triangle BCF, we have D as the midpoint of one side of a triangle and line is passing through the one side midpoints of one side of a triangle and it is parallel to other side. So I can say this G is the midpoint of FC. So D to I had already written midpoint of BC. I can write DG is parallel to BF by construction. So therefore by converse of midpoint theorem we can say G is the midpoint of CF. So once G is the midpoint we can say FG is equal to GC. You can write it as result number 1. Now we will take another triangle. We can take this triangle. In triangle ADG, we have E is the midpoint of AD. We have EF parallel to DG. See, we got two conditions, so therefore again by converse I can say, so therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say F is the midpoint of AG. So now we can say AF is equal to FG. This is second result. So comparing first and second, in both cases FG is common. So I can write, so therefore AF is equal to FG is equal to GC. Now we know if you have to get a line AC, so what I can write, AC is equal to, AC is made up of three line segment, AF plus FG plus GC. So AC को we can write as AF plus, since FG is also equal to AF, I can write as AF. GC is also equal to AF, I can write it as AF. So we can write AC is equal to 3AF. So therefore AF is equal to 1/3 AC. Just cross multiply 3, you will get answer. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a kite in which AB is equal to AD, CB is equal to CD. Its adjacent sides are equal. This is the property of kite itself. EFG are respectively the midpoints of AB, AD and CD. We have to prove angle EFG is 90 degree. EFG, this part is 90. So let me draw a triangle. Kite. This is a kite in which adjacent sides are equal. This side is equal to this. What they had given, EFG are the midpoint. So first I will just join this line. This is E, F, A, B, C, D. So we can join this line. So first we have to prove EFG is 90. So I can draw this line, and even G is the midpoint of CD. For first question we will just draw this much line, and we can draw the diagonals of, big diagonal of a kite bisects another diagonal at 90 degree. This is the property of kite. So we can start doing first part में. I can say in triangle ABD, this triangle big one, you can take this triangle. In that we have EF parallel to BD directly by midpoint theorem. Because line is joining, EF is the line which is joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, so it is parallel to third side. Let's say it intersect AC at P. So therefore I can say PF is parallel to OD. We can say that. So these two lines I got as parallel. Now same way FG will take in triangle ADC, another triangle, you can take this triangle. In triangle ADC, again we can say FG is parallel to AC by midpoint theorem, because F and G are the midpoints of AD and DC respectively. So therefore even I can say FQ, let's put Q, FQ is parallel to PO. FQ is parallel to PO. So therefore I can say this small quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Its opposite sides are parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So therefore I can say PFQO is a parallelogram. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So therefore its opposite angles are equal. Now before going through it, I will say okay, ABCD is a kite. So therefore angle POD is equal to 90 degree because its diagonal bisects at 90 degree. Therefore we can say POD, or sorry, POQ, not POD. We can say POQ is equal to 90. Even we can say AOD as 90, so therefore POQ as 90 degree. So therefore angle PFQ is equal to angle POQ, both 90 degree, or you can say POQF is a rectangle because one angle of a parallelogram is 90 degree. So therefore opposite angles are equal. So here you can say opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So therefore I got, when I say PFQ, so I can even say, instead of PFQ I can even say angle EFG is equal to 90 degree. This is the first part we had proved. Now second part may we have to prove. Let me erase this as I need some space. Second part may I have to prove GH is parallel to, if GH is parallel to FE, GH is parallel to FE, then we have to prove H bisects CB. That is quite simple. So first we have to say GH parallel to FE and FE parallel to BD, as we had already proved. So therefore I can say GH is parallel to BD. Now in triangle BCD, in triangle BCD, lower triangle, I can shade and show you this triangle, and in that triangle B, one side GH is parallel to BD and G is the midpoint of CD. So therefore by converse of midpoint theorem we can say H is the midpoint of BC. So therefore H bisects BC. In the adjoining figure, triangle ABC is a right angle triangle at B and P is the midpoint of AC. These two sides are equal. Show that PA is equal to PB is equal to PC. So first here we have to draw PQ parallel to BC. Some constructions are required in some question. PQ parallel to BC. Now we will take proof. Proof में we can write in triangle ABC, Q is the midpoint of, sorry, P is the midpoint, P is the midpoint of, wait, let me see what is given. Given is P is the midpoint of AC, PQ parallel to BC. This is construction. So therefore, by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say Q is the midpoint of AB. Q is the midpoint of AB. We got Q as the midpoint. These two sides are equal. Now we will consider a triangle. We can take two triangles. Let me shade one triangle. This I can take, and second triangle I can take this. In this I can say this angle is 90 degree because it's a corresponding angle obviously, so this angle will also be 90 degree. So I need to write some steps for that. Angle ABC is equal to 90 degree given. So therefore angle AQP is also 90 degree corresponding angle. So AQP is 90, so obviously PQP. Therefore angle PQB is also 90 degree linear pair. Now we will consider two triangle and we'll make that triangle congruent. This side is common side. We'll take in triangle AQP and triangle BQP. AQ is equal to BQ. Proved. Angle AQP is equal to angle BQP, each angle 90 degree. And PQ is equal to PQ, common side. Therefore, we can say both triangles are congruent. Therefore, triangle AQP is congruent to triangle BQP by side angle side test. So, therefore, we can say AP is equal to BP, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. But as we can see, P is the midpoint. So, we can say AP is equal to PC. P is the, we can write just given. So therefore we can say AP is equal to BP is equal to CP, or we can even write PA is equal to PB is equal to PC. And it's proved. CM and BN are the medians of triangle which are produced to P and Q respectively, such that CM is equal to MP and BN is equal to NQ. Prove that PAQ are collinear and AP is equal to AQ. So given part to already given, everything is given in the question. So we will start with triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, M and N will be the midpoints of, because CM and BN are the median. So M and N are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. That I need to write. Proof में we can write in triangle ABC, CM and BN are medians. So therefore M and N are midpoint of AB and AC respectively. Now we will consider a triangle CAP, this triangle. In which you can see M is the midpoint of CP, N is the midpoint of CA. So therefore MN is equal to half PA and MN is parallel to AP. So we can write it down that in triangle PAC, or CAP, you can write anything. M is the midpoint of PC, that is CP. It is because it was given. Second, N is the midpoint of CA, that is also given. So therefore you can say MN is parallel to AP and MN is equal to half AP. That is done. Now let's keep this as first result and reason will be by midpoint theorem. Now we'll take another triangle we can take another triangle as this triangle in triangle BAQ. In triangle BAQ, M is the midpoint of PA and is the midpoint of BQ. So therefore MN is parallel to AQ and MN is equal to half AQ. This is again second part, or here also I can say given. So from 1 and 2, what we will get? From 1 and 2, MN parallel to AP and MN parallel to AQ, and A is the common point. See, MN is parallel to AP as well as AQ. So, and we have A as a common point. So we cannot say MN parallel to AP, MN parallel to AQ. So AP parallel to AQ we cannot say because A is a common point. Its line is going in the same direction. So therefore we can say and A is the common point. Is a common point. So therefore I can say P A Q is a collinear. Is a collinear point. Collinear means all points lie on the same line. Collinear points. Now again from 1 and 2 I can say from 1 what I got from 1 and 2 again I can say 1 and 2. Second part के लिए first में I have mn is equal to half AP. Second में we have mn is equal to half AQ. So therefore I can say half AP is equal to half AQ. So therefore we can say AP is equal to AQ. We got that part also. AP is equal to AQ. PQRS is a trapezium in which PQ is parallel to SR. A and B are the midpoints of PS and QR respectively. Prove that AB is parallel to SR. We have to first prove that AB is parallel to SR. Then second part we have to prove AB is equal to half of PQ plus SR, and third part we have to find some values. So here first we will construct, we'll take construction this line. We can draw this line join PB and extend. We can write join PB and extend it to meet SR produced at C. Now proof में we have to first consider two triangles. First part we can take this, second we can take this line. So in this I will first write in triangle PBQ, or we can write PQB, and triangle CRB. Vertically opposite angle is given. B is the midpoint. This side is equal to this side, and one more alternate angle. We can take any alternate angle. This angle is equal to this. So therefore triangle will be congruent by angle side. So I can first write QB is equal to RB or BR. Reason is B is the midpoint of QR. Second I can take angle PBQ is equal to angle RBC, vertically opposite angle. And third part we can take alternate angle. You can take any alternate angle, even you can take PQB, then CRB. Once you are taking another alternate angle, congruency test will change. There you will get angle side angle. Here I am getting angle side. So I can take angle QPB for now is equal to angle RCB, alternate angle. So therefore triangle PBQ is congruent to triangle PBQ is congruent to triangle CBR. Wait, let me check what I do. PQB है ना so I can write it as triangle PBQ then CBR by angle side. So once that triangle is congruent, therefore I can say PB is equal to this side. PB is equal to BC and PQ is equal to RC. PB is equal to BC and PQ is equal to RC. Reason is corresponding parts of congruent triangle. You can take CPCT. Now first part में we have to prove AB parallel to SR ना. So for that I am going to consider this triangle. In this triangle A is the midpoint, first part में in triangle PSC A is the midpoint of PS, B is the midpoint of PC. Therefore AB is equal to half SC and AB is parallel to SC. So we can say AB, but if AB is parallel to SC, so we can say AB is parallel to SR because they lies on the same line. SRC. First part is done. Second part में I can take AB is equal to half SC. So SC can be written as AB is equal to half SC can be written as SR plus RC, but RC is equal to PQ. We had already proved over here RC is equal to PQ. So therefore we can get AB is equal to half into SR plus PQ. So hence second part is also done. Now third part में PQ is given, SR is given, RS is given. We have to just find AB. So we'll just substitute in the result we found. So AB is equal to half into SR. SR is 9, PQ is 5. So half into 5 plus 9, 14, which is 7 centimeter. Here we have mistake. This is PQB. In quadrilateral ABCD, AD is parallel to BC. P and Q are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. Prove that R is the midpoint of DC and AD plus BC gives you 2PR. It's the similar as the previous question. So here again we can write construction is already given. A line P and Q are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively is given. We have to prove R. So line is already drawn. We will just write proof. Proof में we will take first triangle as we'll take first triangle as ABC. In that we have P is the midpoint and Q is the midpoint of P is the midpoint of AB, Q is the midpoint of AC. So we can say PQ is equal to half BC and PQ parallel to BC. So in triangle ABC, P is the midpoint of AB, Q is the midpoint of AC. So therefore we can say PQ is parallel to BC and PQ is equal to half BC. This is by MPT, by midpoint theorem. Now we know AD is parallel to BC and we have PQ parallel to BC. So therefore I can say PQ is parallel to, so all three lines we can say it is parallel. So therefore we can say AD parallel to PR parallel to BC. All three line segments are parallel. Now I will consider another triangle. This triangle, in which I know Q is the midpoint of AC and this line is parallel to this. So by converse I can say R is the midpoint. So we'll write in triangle ACD, Q is the midpoint of AC, QR is parallel to AD, therefore by converse of midpoint theorem we can say R is the midpoint of CD. So first part we got, instead of CD we can write DC as it's asked in question. So first part is done. Now second part के लिए I will say I will take the same triangle. In triangle ACD, now we know Q and R are the midpoints, so I can say QR is equal to half AD by MPT. So now first part में I got PQ is equal to half BC and second part में I got QR is equal to half. If you want you can keep this as first result, this as second result. Now we will say adding 1 and 2. We can say PQ plus QR is equal to half BC plus half AD. So PQ plus QR is equal to half common BC plus AD. Adding PQ plus QR you will get PR is equal to half into BC plus AD. So therefore finally we can say AD plus BC is equal to 2 PR. In an adjoining figure, ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC. M and N are the midpoints. M is the midpoint of AC and N is the midpoint of BD, respectively. Prove that MN is equal to half AB minus CD. This is an important question and little bit tricky. So here you have to construct a line join CN and produced it to meet AB at E. So we have just drawn a line CN, we have just joined CN which is produced and it meets AB at E. Just say AB at E. Now we can consider a triangle DNC and triangle BNE. So let us write proof. We need to take in triangle DNC. Why we are taking this triangle? To prove N is the midpoint of this line. To prove this line. Because once you prove this line CE का midpoint SN, then we can consider a triangle, this triangle, this one. There we can say MN is equal to half AE. That we can do it as it goes on. So first we'll take in triangle C and E, C and D, C and D and triangle E and B. This is vertically opposite angle. This side is equal to this side as it is given, and one more I can take as alternate angle. These conditions we can just write it down. First condition I will write DN is equal to BN as N is the midpoint of BD. Angle DNC is equal to angle BNE, vertically opposite angle. Angle CDN is equal to angle EBN, alternate angle. So therefore my triangle C and D is now congruent to triangle E and B by angle side angle test for congruency. Once this triangle is congruent, therefore we can say CPCT says CD is equal to BE and DN is equal to BN, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. See, this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. Now we will consider, let me erase everything and I will consider one triangle. I will take this triangle. We'll take in triangle CAE. We have M is the midpoint of of AC and is the midpoint of CE. So therefore I can say MN is equal to half AE by midpoint theorem. So therefore MN is equal to half AE can be written as this part, the one I am shading, this part can be written as AB minus, AB में से we can subtract BE, AB minus BE. Now as we had proved that BE is equal to CD, so we can write MN is equal to half AB minus CD. Hence proved. Prove that the line segment joining the midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisects each other. We have to prove that QS and PR bisects each other. For that, if we are proving this as a parallelogram, PQRS as a parallelogram, then we can easily say that parallelogram के diagonal bisects each other, but diagonal is PR and QS. So obviously PR and QS bisects each other. So for that, we will start with a triangle. In triangle, we can take ABC. We can take this triangle. Proof. In triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of, so and P and Q are the midpoint of AB and BC, of AB and BC. So therefore I can say PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to half AC. This is first result by midpoint theorem. Now second triangle I will consider its opposite part, opposite side ka, this triangle. Now we'll write in triangle ADC, S and R are the midpoint of AD and DC respectively. So therefore SR is parallel to AC and SR is equal to half AC. So this is my second result, we can say by midpoint theorem. So comparing this, I can say from 1 and 2, we can say PQ is parallel to SR and PQ is equal to SR because both are equal to half AC. So therefore one pairs of opposite sides are parallel, one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. We can say PQRS is a parallelogram. So if PQRS is a parallelogram, that means diagonal should bisect each other. So therefore diagonal diagonal PR bisects QS. Diagonal of parallelogram. They bisect each other. So we got, so therefore we can say opposite so therefore we had just written, so therefore you can cite, so therefore the straight line joining midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisects each other. Straight line joining the midpoint of the opposite sides of quadrilateral bisect each other. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to CD. E is the midpoint. If F is also parallel to AB, then show that F is the midpoint of DC. So it is quite simple. We will use converse 2 times. We will use converse and we will get it. So now, as we know, in triangle, we can just shape the triangle. Proof में we can take in triangle DAB. In triangle DAB is the midpoint of AD, line passing through the midpoints of one side of a triangle parallel to other. EG is parallel to AB. Then therefore we can say G is the midpoint of BD. This is by converse of midpoint theorem. This we got. Now second में we will take another triangle. We can take this triangle. In this we can say, let us write some detail in triangle DBC. First we can say EF is parallel to AB. AB is parallel to CD. So therefore we can say EF is parallel to DC. So therefore we can say GF is parallel to DC and G is the midpoint of BD. So therefore line passing through the midpoints of one side of a triangle, that is G is the midpoint of one side of the triangle and it is parallel to another. So therefore it bisects the third side. So therefore I can say F is the midpoint of BC. Hence by converse of midpoint Question 29. 2 points A and B lie on the same side of XY. If AD is perpendicular to XY, this is perpendicular to XY, BE is perpendicular to XY, then you have to find the XY and XY and D and E respectively, and C is the midpoint of AB. Then you have to show that CD is equal to CE. So first what we will do, we will make a construction in which CF is perpendicular to XY. So construction में we will write CF is perpendicular to XY. Now proof. Proof में we will say AD is perpendicular to XY, BE is perpendicular to XY given so therefore and CF is perpendicular to XY. This is by construction. So what we say, see, if in a this is a line XY, just for an explanation purpose, this is a line XY. If AB is perpendicular to XY, CD is perpendicular to XY, let's say one of the line is this, and one more line BE is perpendicular to XY. Sorry, AB. BE is perpendicular to XY. F is perpendicular. If all three lines are perpendicular, what does we say? We say all three lines are parallel. So therefore, AD is parallel to CF is parallel to BE is parallel to BE. All three lines are parallel. Now in question they had given C is the midpoint of AB. So C is the midpoint of AB. So these two sides are equal. So we can say AC is equal to BC given. C is the midpoint of AB. Now what is the intercept theorem? Intercept theorem, if we have three lines, three parallel lines, just remember line L, line M and line N are parallel, and the transversal is such that AB is equal to BC, then any other line which cuts also in equal part. If I say PQR, then PQ equal to QR. The same way we can say this DE is a line which cuts three parallel lines like this. As AC is equal to CB, so therefore by intercept theorem, this is the first sum in which we are using intercept theorem. By intercept theorem, I can say DF is equal to FE. DF is equal to FE. Now I will draw this line because I want CD is equal to CE. So I will consider two triangles. First triangle is this. Second triangle is this. DF is equal to FE. This is the common side. So triangle is congruent by side angle side. So I can write all steps in triangle CFD and triangle CFE. We can say DF is equal to FE. Proved. CF is equal to CF common side, and third is angle CFD is equal to angle CFE, each angle 90 degree. So therefore triangle CFD is congruent to triangle CFE by side angle side. So once triangle is congruent, so therefore I can say CD is equal to CE. CPCT corresponding parts of congruent triangle, hence proved. ABCD is a parallelogram. P and Q are the midpoints of AB and DC respectively. Prove that APCQ is a parallelogram. APCQ. We want this as a parallelogram in which P and Q are the midpoints. So it's very simple to prove. See, we know AB is parallel to DC and AB is equal to half DC. So first we will write proof में ABCD is a parallelogram in which AB is parallel to CD and AB is equal to CD. So therefore I can say therefore half AB is equal to half CD. This you can keep as first. Now you can say P and Q are the midpoint of AB and CQ. So therefore we can say AP is equal to half AB and CQ is equal to half CD. So comparing 1 and 2, we can get from 1 and 2. See, this DQ is half CD and AP is half AB from 1 and 2. Half AB and equal to half CD. So half AB is equal to half CD. So I can write AP is equal to CQ. So now we can even say AP is parallel to CQ. So one pairs of opposite sides are parallel and equal. One pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. So therefore APCQ is a parallelogram. Now second part we have to prove BM is equal to MN is equal to AD. So that also we can prove it easily. So now if APCQ is a parallelogram, so we can say this line is all parallel to this line. So we can say APC AQ is parallel to PC. We can say this. Now let's take a triangle. In triangle A B ABN, or you can take BNA. In triangle BAN, or you can take ABN, anything. We know P is the midpoint. P is the midpoint of AB. PM is parallel to AN. So therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say M is the midpoint of BN. So therefore we can say BM is equal to MN. This you can say as third result. Now I need to prove another triangle, so for that I can utilize this space. Now in triangle we can use another triangle. We can take this triangle. In this triangle I can say Q is the midpoint. This line is parallel to this line So therefore N will become the midpoint in triangle DCM. First is QN is parallel to CM. Second is Q is the midpoint of BC. So therefore by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say N is the midpoint of DM. So therefore I can say Mn is equal to Nd. This is fourth. From 3 and 4 I can say Bm is equal to Mn. See, Bm or Mn equal tha, now Dn and Mn are equal. So comparing both, Bm is equal to Mn is equal to Dn. Hence proved. Board question 2019 hillside ka. In the given figure, ABCD is a rectangle, PQRS are the midpoints of AB, BC and AB, BC, CD and ASC, AD respectively. To prove it is a rhombus. Rhombus ka to we had already done before. Again we will try to do it. So proof mein we have to consider two triangles. First you have to prove it is a parallelogram. First I will take in triangle ABC, or you can take ADC. You can take this triangle also in the beginning mein. In triangle ADC, R is the midpoint of CD, S is the midpoint of AD. So therefore we can say SR parallel to AC and SR is equal to half AC by MPT. This is the first case. Now second case we will take another triangle. Let us shade it as yellow part mein. In triangle ABC, P and Q are the midpoints of AB and BC respectively. So therefore PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equal to half AC. So comparing this we will get from 1 and 2, let us say this as 1, this as 2. From 1 and 2 we can say PQ is equal to SR and PQ parallel to SR. So therefore PQRS is a parallelogram. Since opposite sides are parallel and equal, reason you have to write, okay, opposite sides are parallel and equal. So now what we will say, it is a parallelogram. Now we have to prove it is a rhombus. So rhombus ki if one of the adjacent sides are equal, we can say it is a rhombus. So here I will take two triangles and I will prove that two triangles to be congruent. I can take this triangle and this triangle. We will make it congruent. इसमें congruent में dr is equal to dc, sd is equal to cq. This is 90, this is 90 degree. So we can write now in triangle SDR and triangle QCR. DR is equal to CR. R is the midpoint. We can say it is given. You can even write it is given part. Angle SDR is equal to angle QCR, each 90 degree. Then DS is equal to CQ. We can say AB is equal to BC. So therefore half AB is equal to half BC. So therefore triangle SDR is congruent to triangle QCR by side angle side test. So once triangle is congruent, we can say by CPCT this two sides are equal. So now we can say once this two triangle was congruent, this triangle is congruent to this. Just concentrate on the color portion. So therefore I can say by CPCT I can say SR is equal to QR. So therefore adjacent sides of rhombus are of parallelogram are equal. So therefore PQRS is a rhombus. Now once you get rhombus, we have to find the perimeter of the rhombus. See, given that length AC is 6 centimeter, AC is 6, so obviously SR will be half. Half SR is equal to half of 6. So that is 3 centimeter. So perimeter is equal to 4 into 3, because all sides of the rhombus are equal, 3, 3, 3 and 3. So that is 12 centimeter is the perimeter. Just go through it. Question 2. In the given figure, ABCD is a trapezium. P is the midpoint of AD. PR is parallel to AB. Is parallel to DC. All three lines are parallel. So first we have to prove R is the midpoint of BC. So here what I can say, in triangle, here I have to take converse. In triangle ADB, P is the midpoint of AD and PQ is parallel to AB. It can be written as given. So therefore by converse of MPT, midpoint theorem, Q is the midpoint of BD. We got Q midpoint. First we took this triangle. Now I will take another triangle. I will take another triangle. I will take this triangle. We'll write in triangle DBC, Q is the midpoint of BD, Q QR is parallel to DC. Therefore, by converse of midpoint theorem, we can say R is the midpoint of BC. First part is done. Second part में we want AB is given 12, DC is 8. We want PR. So PR can be found out at half into AB plus CD. This proof we had already done in exercise part. I can show you two different ways to solve this sum. Half into AB is 12 plus 8, that is half into 20, which is equal to 10 centimeter. Or even you can say in triangle ADB, PQ is equal to half into 12, that is 6 centimeter. We'll take midpoint theorem, MPT, midpoint theorem. Now we will take in triangle DBC, green triangle. We can say QR is equal to half into DC, that is half into 8, which is 4 centimeter. So therefore PR can be written as PQ plus QR, that is 6 plus 4, which is 10 centimeter. You can do this in two ways.